Every community has its own distinctive social and cultural values that distinguish one group of people from the other. These values practiced in the day-to-day activities of a group of people and represent that specific group to a large extent. Ethiopia, as one of ethnically diverse populations, is home for more than 80 different ethnic groups that have their own distinct social, cultural and traditional practices. And these aspects are reflected within their cultures, languages and religious setups and so on. Fichee-Chambalaalla marks the new year in Ethiopia's Sidama people's distinctive calendar. The New Year celebration is imbued with festive and colorful cultural rituals of welcoming the new year. Fichee-Chambalaalla was inscribed in 2015 on the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Fichee-Chambalaalla is a New Year festival celebrated among the Sidama people. According to the oral tradition, Fichee commemorates a Sidama woman who visited her parents and relatives once a year after her marriage, bringing buurisame, a meal prepared from false banana, milk, and butter, which was shared with neighbors. Fichee has since become a unifying symbol of the Sidama people. UNESCO describes the heritage, basically marking the herald of spring at least by a month beforehand. The basis for such unique local New Year's Day determination and celebration is the Sidama calendar. The calendar is devised by the observation, study, and analysis of the selected knowledgeable and highly respected group of people who are actively involved in a profound study of the solar system. Fichee is officially announced to the public a week in advance after the Ayinto determine the New Year's Day or Chambalaalla. About a month before Chambalaalla, the Ayinto hold a meeting to choose leaders to pray for the coming year. These chosen elders isolate themselves and fast, cleansing themselves so they can foresee what the coming year holds for the people. It is believed that these elders can foresee if the new year comes with good weather and peace. The Ayinto look up to the sky and down to the earth searching for the wisdom nature provides. They slaughter a young goat and read aloud the wisdom of their forefathers, predicting what will happen in Sidama in the coming new year. An intense look into the cecum of the goat is believed to reveal the future to the elders. Apart from the goat's intestine, the elders also consult the stars. They carry out an intense observation and analysis of the solar system, performing individual or group gazings for several hours a day or at least 4 to 6 days per month before the New Year Day is determined based on their final findings. Their findings help them not only to decide the day of the Fichee but also to predict the good and bad the coming year holds, the way the goat's cecum does. This foreseeing helps the Ayinto to draw precautions for their people. This goes on for a month until they reach Fichee. When the day of the Fichee is determined, women start preparing butter, milk, and spices for dishes of the occasion. Young boys help their families by gathering firewood, whereas young ladies help their mothers and neighbors with chores. Chambalaalla is all about turning back. The holiday takes place on the 12th month of the Sidama constellation and calendar. The new year, awaited with longing by the people, comes again and again at the 12th month of Sidama's calendar. And the word Chambalaalla denotes this coming back. Chambalaalla, the first day of Sidama's new year, is a special day for everyone. Children don't work on this day. Rather they get together and say, Aid Chambalaalla, which means, we have come back, to which mothers reply, Eel, which implies, good to see you today, providing the kids with different dishes of food. On Fichee-Chambalaalla, cattle are set free to graze. Men and women, young and old, all celebrate the day with joy. Relatives and neighbors gather and spend the day eating and drinking. They later go out to the public square to sing and dance, expressing their jubilee. The stars in the sky guided the wise men to the place Jesus Christ was born in the ancient times, citing the anecdote to similarly show Sidama elders who also look to the guidance of stars to decide the day of Chambalaalla. According to 1 month in the Sidama calendar encompasses 15 days of darkness and 15 lunar days. The Fichee festival is celebrated on the 11th or 13th day of the end of the 12th month. The festival is a vibrant and lively event that typically takes place in the month of Hawassa, which corresponds to September in the Gregorian calendar. During the festival, the Sidama community engages in various cultural activities to mark the transition from the rainy season to the new year. These activities include singing and dancing. Participants sing traditional songs and perform dances that are unique to the Sidama culture. These performances often involve colorful costumes, rhythmic movements, and energetic displays of cultural pride. Feasting. Fichee-Chambalaalla is also a time for communal feasting, where families and friends come together to share traditional foods and drinks. Special dishes are prepared for the occasion, and the sharing of meals strengthens social bonds within the community. In addition to the main activities, Fichee-Chambalaalla also involves various rituals and ceremonies that hold special significance for the Sidama community. Ceremonial processions. The festival often begins with colorful processions through the streets, with participants wearing traditional attire and carrying symbolic objects. These processions may include the display of cultural artifacts, such as traditional instruments, masks, and ceremonial objects. Blessings and prayers. Ritual blessings and prayers are an integral part of Fichee-Chambalaalla. Elders and religious leaders lead prayers to invoke blessings for a prosperous and successful new year. These prayers are often accompanied by offerings of food, drinks, and other symbolic items. Symbolism and meaning. Fichee-Chambalaalla is rich in symbolism and meaning, reflecting the Sidama people's cultural values and worldview. For example, the festival represents a time of renewal and rebirth, as well as a celebration of the harvest and agricultural abundance. It also serves as an occasion for reconciliation, forgiveness, and the strengthening of community ties. Traditional attire and decorations. Participants dress in traditional clothing adorned with colorful fabrics, beads, and ornaments. Homes and public spaces are decorated with flowers, leaves, and other natural materials to create a festive atmosphere. Community involvement. Fichee-Chambalaalla is a community-wide celebration that involves people of all ages and backgrounds. It provides an opportunity for the entire community to come together, regardless of social status or ethnicity, to celebrate their shared cultural heritage and identity. Overall, Fichee-Chambalaalla is a multifaceted cultural festival that encompasses a wide range of activities, rituals, and traditions. It serves not only as a time of celebration and joy but also as a means of preserving and transmitting the cultural heritage of the Sidama people for future generations. Subscribe to the channel to know more about the nationalism of Ethiopia's culture, faith, and beautiful nature. Like and share so that the wonderful story of Ethiopia can reach many of our brothers and sisters living in Africa and the world. Thank you for staying with me.